Good morning, everybody. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Healthy Lifestyle. You ever wondered about something? Uh, Today, a couple of guys asked me, and they went to the doctor and talked about gout. They have gout, and we were just in general conversation about it. And of course, the doctor's got them on medication. So I thought I would just do a story about gout and what causes gout. It's arthritis. It's a form of arthritis. So today we're going to talk about that and give some potential things that you can do and what you can foods you can eat and what vitamins you can take to help you eliminate the problems of gout. Now, gout is something I actually had it at one time. It started in my toe, big toe, and the cause of it is being overweight. The cause of it is eating wrong type of foods, and it causes your toe to swell, and it's very tender to the touch. And it's almost so painful that you can't walk, you can't do anything. Gout it can often lead to other issues and other problems. But drinking plenty of water can offset that. At that particular time, I was working outside and not drinking enough water, and onset of gout started running in, and because I was outside for like 2 or 3 weeks working, and the doctor says start drinking water more. You drinking enough? Yes, I drink 8. Well, he says drink 10. Did he drink 12? So, like I said, gout is a form of arthritis caused by buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints, which leads to the inflammation and pain. Symptoms typically include onset of severe pain, and swelling in the joint, and gout can be treated with medication and diet and lifestyle. Sometimes people have to have surgery of gout. And it's caused also, like a lot of times guys will drink a lot of alcohol, and a lot of times it's caused by just eating a lot of protein, just too much protein. The most commonly affect joint, it affects your joint so bad, and it can even get into your wrist, toes, ankles, things like that. They usually start out in your toes and then filter into your ankles and then your wrists. There's nothing worse than having gout in your wrist, is what I understand from a friend of mine. That's what he has. So it causes swelling in your arm and swelling and warmth in the area. So risk factors can include being overweight. High blood pressure can cause it. Drinking too much alcohol and eating a diet that's in high purines, substance found in certain foods that increase uric acid levels in the body. A lot of times depending on the fast foods and things like that. Gout's also common, not as common in women as it is in men. Men get it mostly, but women do have it. Medication. You can actually take medication for it, and it changes your diet, and such as steroids, anti-inflammatory drugs. A lot of times too, they give prescribed medications, but you can actually start taking a vitamin C. Vitamin C, and drink plenty of water can help manage your gout and alleviate some of the problems. Of course, healthy weight is a key. Avoid alcohol and foods in high purines, and of course, drinking plenty of water. It's important to know that to know whether you have gout, you need to go to the doctor to make sure, because uh, not only because I'm no doctor on anything, but if you have swelling or pain in a joint, you need to go see the doctor anyway, right? If you can't walk and it's swelling, it may or may not be gout, maybe something else, because there's other things can cause it. It could be a bite, could be something, a spider. There's many things that cause it. So being overweight is actually a main factor in that. Um, I'm going to give you some points here, and these are some I just jotted down. High purine foods we already talked about. Balanced diet, drinking plenty of water. A lot of times too, medications can have, and actually the vitamin C. Just take the vitamin C, and you should take vitamin C anyway. Something that my doctor told me when I reached my 50s is start taking a low dose aspirin. And I think a lot of you guys are taking that. And most people do. It's just normal thing that they do there in the States. Most people already know that when they get a certain age, you need to take a low dose aspirin for your heart. And they have it here. And so I told Ruth if she wouldn't mind to get some, and we'll keep that filled up, and I start taking it. I haven't taken one since I've been here, but I used to take and buy the St. Joseph's, the baby aspirin, as you know. and just keep always a couple of bottles of that around so I can just take one of those a day. It was a ritual, that and fish oil and a tablespoon of uh, olive oil. So because you can actually use, uh, take different things to help your body, but the low dose aspirin and the fish oil I found was best for me personally. You can use ice or heat therapy to apply it to your ankle or your toe or your wrist that's hurting, and it will actually relieve it for a short period of time. And of course, don't put stress on it. It's like anything else: walking, standing, running, throwing the ball, playing baseball. You probably don't want to do that. So there's a lot of things that causes a trigger to gout, honestly, and this is one of the main factors. It caused it for me was I was having stress, a lot of stress. And that particular time, I had a lot of uric acid built up in my body, and I was working outside, as I said, and I had a lot of stress on me. I was responsible. A lot of pressure was upon me. A lot of money was involved in it, meaning I had to complete a task, a job that I was doing in order to get paid. And it was just so much stress and things. And stress itself, I believe, uh, really did an influence on my behavior, and it caused me to have that. So make sure you take vitamin C. Take a low dose aspirin, as I said, because it can actually reduce the risk of you having gout. Probiotics. Now, everybody should take a little probiotics. Your probiotics, they have a product here called Yakult. You can take a product called Yakult, and that will help alleviate some of the, uh, help you use restroom, things like that. Yogurts, your Greek yogurts itself can actually help. So if you have the opportunity to get Yakult or just have yogurt a day, if you want to, it's up to you. It's always best to consult with the doctor first, before you decide to do anything like that. I know for me that my toe started hurting so bad I couldn't even walk on it. And I said, what in the world's wrong with that? Where did that come up? I'm not drinking any alcohol. May have been a little overweight, but not bad. I was not bad overweight, like I am now. So I said, something's going on. So I called my doctor and went in, and he said, hey, you have gout. And he says, I'm going to give you medication. But he said, take these vitamin C, take this medication, drink plenty of water. I'm drinking a ton of water. I hear slosh around my stomach sometimes. He says, well, if you hear that, and stop drinking the water if you hear that. And when you start getting thirsty again, and you're sweating and you're burning that out, make sure you drink it again. And make sure you watch when you pee what color it is. Keep an eye on that. He said, that'll tell you a lot how your body's accepting it. If it's pure yellow, almost orange, he says you're dehydrated. You need to drink more water. If it starts becoming a light color, you know you're doing fine. And so I would always use that as a guide for me in life. I did not know that. And as you know, if you're a person that is active and things like that, that's certain signs that you want to keep an eye on anyway, the color and things like that. Because as being in sports, you want to keep yourself good fit, but then you want to bring in the good, I can't even think the word now, good calories, good intake of something to build your system up again. What's the word? You guys tell me what it is. I know you guys watch this. What is the word they call? Um, I want to say ITs, but it ain't no IT. But anyway, it's Gatorade. When they say you're sick and you have flu, the best thing in the world is drink Gatorade. Gatorade is something that replenishes the fluid, potassium and all the fluid levels, so it gives you that spark of energy to help, fight it. I recently had a friend that was on a yacht, and he was just helping on the yacht, taking a ride and enjoying life, but he got really sick. And he got so sick, he tried to figure out what it was. He thought maybe he had typhoid, he had dengue, he had something going on, because they're all over the world. I mean, they're literally in Africa, and they're out in the Indian Ocean. They went to, they're all over the place. There's no sense listing the places. And he thought maybe he picked up something, and come to find out it was a food he ate from a vendor, and his body was not used to it. Everybody else ate from the same vendor. They did not get sick. And the reason they didn't get sick is because their immune system was already built up enough that they're used to it. They're fought through that. Well, his immune system was down a little bit because he had just gotten over a fever and went out a week later, you know. So his body hadn't recouped enough. And the doctor said, of course, they filled him up, boosted him, gave him vitamins and a drip so he could get saline solution and all that stuff. But it pumped him back up again to boost and antibiotics, of course, to boost the system back up. But I think it's very important that we even do that, even if we're not really doing anything to keep your system up. Of course, exercise is key too. And I don't get enough of it. I get enough, but I don't get enough of it. And I think it's something, you know, I can strive for better as time goes on. Meaning, a lot of times it's raining. It just finished raining early this morning, so now I just finished walking, and I really not need to do another walk in the afternoons. But it's so hot that you can't walk, and then it's been raining every day in the afternoons, and so if you start it, you get a day or two along, but usually at 5 o'clock it's raining. Usually at 4 o'clock it's raining. So it's just one of those things, right? God bless everybody, and thank you so much. So today's was about gout. See you guys next time.